What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Foreign Insight Podcast with your host, Maddox, man. And believe all women, they say. I think that's what they said, right? If I'm not mistaken. Believe all women. Believe all women. Believe all women. Racism, racism, racism. We know racism do exist in America, but it's not the major issue that we have in our black communities or even in the country. Not the major issue. Racism is low key on life support. And then you got people who wants to keep it alive. It reminds me of Frankenstein. He's alive. That's what it reminds me of.
It's alive. Oh, it's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive.
To the point that we got a bunch of racist, racial hoax going on around in America. It's low-key embarrassing when you see that it's black people that's making up these racist hoax. I'm going to give you some of the recent ones. Remember Jesse Smollett? How he lied? Remember Carly Russell? How she lied? This case right here is a similar case. Let's take a look.
Well, as we know, dozens of folks voiced outrage in front of Allentown City Hall today. This is an investigation that is continuing into an item resembling a noose that was reportedly found on a city employee's desk. And our Nikki Dementri is got the latest down. She's in Lehigh County with reaction from the city and community leaders about this investigation.
When black lives are under attack, what do?
A call for action and fight for change.
We will not be silenced.
Community members and leaders made their voices heard in front of Allentown City Hall Monday afternoon.
Just to think that people have to go to work in fear for their lives.
Since Friday, Allentown police continue to investigate an item resembling a noose found on a city employee's desk.
This egregious act is not just an affront to one individual, but it is an attack on the entire community.
Several spoke during.
Let me get something straight. So when Pookie go out there and shoot up the park and shoot innocent people, when the gangsters go out there and rob innocent people, when they kill each other at alarming rates, that's not an attack on the people? So a noose is an attack on the people. And y'all protest for this. But y'all don't protest the same way when it comes down to black men getting left in the streets left and right. That should be an attack on the whole community. What the hell are we talking about, man?
A rally calling for transparency, prevention, and an immediate federal investigation among a list of demands. This incident, community members note, is not the first racial discrimination issue City Hall has dealt with. Josie Lopez is a close friend of the victim.
They're always a community leader, always pushing for equality. They might be bruised right now, but they are not broken.
The victim is not being named due to safety concerns.
Our colleague was threatened. This was an act of terror. This was a hate crime.
That was an act of terror. That was a hate crime. Are we sure that's what happened? Are we sure? And she also mentioned when black lives are under attack, what do we do? I should ask you that question. When black men are attacked by black men, what do you do? What do we do? When black women are attacked by black women and black men, what do we do? When black children are under attack by mothers, fathers, or even just stray bullets, what do? This is the BS I'm talking about. Whenever it's a racial component, they make a big hoopla about it. But whenever someone lives being taken in the community at alarming rates, there's silence. But matter of fact, let's look at what the cops found. Let's take a look at this.
All a lie. That is according to police. An Allentown city worker claimed that she found a rope tied like a noose on her desk at work. It sparked an FBI investigation as people wondered if this was a hate crime. Now investigators say the worker staged the whole thing. Police say it took intricate DNA testing to solve this case in their minds. Good afternoon to you, everyone. We're also streaming live on CBS News Philadelphia. I'm Natasha Brown.
And I'm Siafa Lewis. Allentown police detailed exactly how they determined that this reported crime wasn't a crime after all. CBS News Philadelphia's Dan Snyder is in Allentown this afternoon for us, where charges were just announced. Good afternoon, Dan.
Siafa, Natasha, good afternoon. And yes, a shocking turn in this case that brought protests and demand for change to Allentown. Police now saying they believe the woman that found that noose actually put it on her own desk.
Wow. My hoodie kind of tight right now. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow thoughts. Like I said before, they don't believe black women. They never believe us. They don't believe women. Believe all women, they say. The fact that you got to create a mantra that says believe all women, or they don't believe black women, shows you that the people who are making these things up lie. Because you don't need to make a mantra for something that's given. I hope y'all caught that.
This item, resembling a noose, sparked outrage in Allentown when it was reportedly found on a city worker's desk in January. On Monday, police say they believe the person who found it put it there.
LaTarsha Brown was charged with tampering with or fabricating physical evidence, a misdemeanor of the second degree, and false reports to law enforcement.
LaTarsha Brown, a worker in the city's Department of Community and Economic Development, reported finding the noose on January 10th. Allentown police say they reviewed surveillance video and access records, interviewed other city employees, and asked for their DNA.
Every employee agreed, except for Ms. Brown.
Police also say Brown was initially cooperative with the investigation, but later asked it be discontinued. In late January, police say they obtained a warrant for Brown's DNA and submitted it to a state police lab for testing. 2 weeks ago, those results came back.
Ms. Brown's DNA matched the DNA profile obtained from the swabs of both the outer surface and inner knotted portion of the noose after it was taken apart.
As for the...
You got to be a complete idiot. You got to be a complete idiot. You created your own noose with no gloves on. Got the DNA in the inner part and the outer part of that item. Put it on your desk and said, ooh, somebody did this. This girl took the cookie from the cookie jar. Who, me? Yes, you. Couldn't be. Then who? Dun, 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 dun. That's what happened to her. She took the cookie from the cookie jar. Yes, me. Huh.
Why? Police aren't saying.
At this point, we're not going to discuss that.
The incident led to protests and demand for change at City Hall. Josie Lopez, a friend of Brown's who helped organize the rally, claims Brown has faced discrimination and retaliation in the past and is adamant she's innocent. In a statement, she said in part, quote, "This is not just an attack on LaTarsha. This is a warning to anyone in Allentown who dares stand up against injustice. This is a smear campaign. This is retaliation." But Mayor Matt Turk believes the incident has helped bring the conversation over inclusion.
Here's the problem I have with these people, man. A lot of women, not saying in general, I'm talking about just in this video. Well, no, fuck that, in general. A lot of women in general operate out of feelings. The fact that they got facts and DNA linking her DNA only on that noose or on that rope, and this lady saying it's not true, it's a smear campaign. She going with her feelings over the fact that her friend did it. If you were so innocent from the jump, why would you decline or cancel your cooperation in the investigation initially? You was there and you declined it and you fell back when they asked you for DNA. Why would you do that? If anything you had nothing to hide, you should show it. Or all right, cool, no doubt. Show it. No, you denied it because you know, oops, I made a mistake. Oops, I did it again.
To the forefront at City Hall.
That has helped lead conversations in City Hall about what it means to be inclusive, about what it means to respect each other's employment, and that will continue.
Now, city leaders would not comment on the future of Brown's employment status with the city. We did make attempts to reach out to Brown for comment on the situation. So far, we have not heard back. We'll send it back to you.
Embarrassing. I have secondhand embarrassment. All these fake race hoax going around just to keep it alive, man. Believe or woman. She created the race hoax. This is embarrassing, man. I have secondhand embarrassment. She made the whole thing up. She should be charged and put to jail. Because what you did was you created a harsh environment for non-black people to be working. Because not everybody going to look at the white people automatically who works in your space and think, racist mother effer. It got to be her. It got to be him. I know because that one time he gave me an eye at lunch. I know for a fact that at lunchtime he gave me an eye. No, teacher. No. What? No, I know it's him. No. He has a lazy eye. He gave everybody the eye at lunch today. Oh, my bad. No, but it got to be Karen. Because Karen, I'm telling you, at the last Christmas party, she opened a door for me too nice. And I just know she's too nice all of a sudden. I'm telling you. Because she asked one time, what do I put in my hair? So I know she's racist, so I got to be her. You created a hostile work environment. Now, that was an attack on non-black people at your workspace. How about that? Why do black people automatically believe something's automatic racism when someone says it's racism? Can it be considered until the facts come out? Should we hold our judgment? Things can be racist. I'm not saying it can't be. I'm just saying let's have facts first before we call it actual racist. Because you'll get a Jussie Smollett, you'll get a Carly Russell, you'll get this type of lady. With that being said, have a good day. I'm out.